Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, YouTube Live proudly brings to you a Sports Talk Podcasters of the World, the swaggy one, Swaggy E,
What's
the
up?
rowdy one, Rowdy B,
Yes.
Air, E, and B. What's happening?
Bing, bing, bing. Man, we call this show an emergency basis. I mean, there's just a lot of activity that happened today, and it's just mind blowing. And we just had to talk about it. I had to get it off my chest. I couldn't even wear my Knicks fitted. It was hurting to me today. So
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Let's get right into it.
I want to say this. And I do want to say this. This is why I love this platform, man. This is exactly why I love this platform.
Yeah.
Because when you have something like this that just, boom, just happened. It's not like before when we're on, terrestrial radio, and you have to sit there and you have to wait, and you have a show once a week, and that's it. So if we're on Wednesday and something happens Tuesday, okay, great. But if something happens Thursday, you're screwed. This was great. And I've never seen you as excited as you are right now with this. So go ahead.
I'm fired up. And obviously, I think a lot of our fans will know exactly what we're talking about. The 7-player deal that involved our beloved only franchise player that we currently have on our roster, Kristaps Porzingis, a.k.a. the Unicorn. So the 7-player deal involved an exchange of Kristaps Porzingis, Courtney Lee, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Trey Burke. And in exchange, Dallas Mavericks gave up Wesley Matthews, DeAndre Jordan, which is actually really good. We'll talk about that a little more later. And I think the prize piece in this is Dennis Smith Jr., and then they're getting 2 future first-round picks. We're thinking about sometime in like 2021 or
it's 2021 and 2023.
Exactly. And so you talk about this piece that we're getting back in this. Dennis Smith Jr., I guess, is the point guard that the Knicks probably should have drafted in that draft. So I think it's kind of funny how this happened. And I'm going to put this out there. I potentially see an opportunity for another trade to happen, potentially moving Ntilikina and Cantor as well, too. Besides that, they're going to do probably a buyout of Wes Matthews and DeAndre Jordan. So the whole point is that they got these guys for expiring contracts. This is a salary cap dump. That's what the Knicks were looking to do with this trade. As a Knicks fan, it hurts me to see a player that I like to kind of develop around. But let's be honest, the best ability is availability. And he's had some issues with that over the last few years. So I think about that, and it's, the Knicks took an opportunity, and, they mentioned Steve Mills and co said that they always talk about trades, and they always, talk amongst teams to see gauge what the market is. And I'm going to be honest, they probably could have got more last year if they wanted to trade him at the trade line before he got injured. But that's neither here nor there. It hurts as a Knicks fan. As somebody who's, I'm gonna get to the multi-layered emotional effect it's gonna have. It hurts as a Knicks fan to let your franchise player go because it's like, what else do we have? But I want to be honest with you. There was a potential he wasn't going to play this whole year. So you look at that, and I'm like, okay. It doesn't hurt as much. This is kind of like the team that we're like. These are the cards we've been dealt with at the beginning of the year. It's crappy cards. And you look at it and you're like, okay, this is fine. We're in it right now for the top 2 picks. It's the race for Zion and RJ Barrett. I think if you fall to number 3 or 4, it's very disappointing. But again, that would be the Knicks' luck. Honestly, I think the best case scenario would be if they somehow get that number 1 pick and they do pick Zion. And they do get 2 max free agents. I don't want to guesstimate who those 2 max free agents are. But you know who you probably would like to see. I'd like to see a special point guard in here.
Okay. But the question is this.
Okay.
All right. Are you happy with the trade, yes or no?
I'm happy with the trade.
Give it to me. Okay.
I'm happy with the trade. Can I give you a letter grade? I'm going to give you a letter grade.
Okay.
C plus B. This is oh no. I'm going to give you this is a B. This is a B grade right now with TBD for increase as well too, because I'll tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
AP becomes a 28-point game per game scorer, and I actually think this is a really great move for Dallas because you've seen over the years that they've had a hard time attracting free agents.
Yep.
I think Mark Cupid's a guy that says, I'm going to take the opportunity. And listen, they don't have a ton to kind of build around, but you look at it, it's like Doncic is on a rookie contract. KP is going to be playing on a restricted free agent contract next year. So what he's going to probably get, he's going to probably get, 18 million a season. Great. They still have Harrison Barnes, Dwight Powell, Devin Harris. Those are not great guys to build your team around. But again, you look at how the West is structured.
Wait. You didn't just say Devin Harris, did you?
I think Devin Harris is still on that team.
Oh, if he is, he's 45 with no legs. Listen. Let's get serious. Let's get serious now. This is a monumental deal. Do you understand what this means right now? Okay? Yeah. 2 max big time free agents next year. Okay? Do you understand it? Hold on, I'm not done. Okay? Okay. I'm getting it popping right now. Okay? Getting it popping. Okay? The Knicks have a potential to be back now. Do you understand? Okay, you are talking top 3, hopefully, pick in the draft, right? Then on top of that, you have Kevin Knox. Okay? We have Dennis Smith at the point, but I'm not satisfied with that at the point. Okay? But you have that there, though. You have a serviceable player who, I know it was against the Knicks, but last night he had a triple-double, okay? So the guy is showing many, many skills in different areas, okay? Yes, we should have drafted him over Ntilikina, but I understand why.
Or Donovan Mitchell.
Everybody passed on Donovan. Listen, Ntilikina has the wingspan of a 7-footer, okay? So I understand getting him. On top of that, Dennis Smith had knee injuries in college. Point guard, bad knee injury in New York. He's falling down. On the chat, they are getting it popping. Okay? Okay, so let me see. Yes, it opens up the deal. That's right. Chris on the chat, it opens up the deal for 2 max free agents. We can think about this. Next year, you can have Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant.
That's what we both want. Can we both agree that's what we both want the point?
Yes, and he actually has ties to New York, so I understand that. The Kevin Durant, which we'll get into a second, I don't understand the linkage. I don't understand the connection, but just what did I say on the last show? I said that the talk of KD to New York was real. Remember I said that? I said Bill Simmons was talking about it, everything, but think about this. Kyrie, KD, Kevin Knox, Dennis Smith off the bench, okay, and either RJ Barrett or Zion, okay? Think about that squad.
Yeah, I like it. And I'll tell you what, Mitchell Robinson at the 5 is not a bad player. I really do like a Mitchell Robinson right now.
What's up with him? What's up with him? He's a rim protector, but what's up with him? Is he?
Okay. So what I'll say quickly about this? One, he was a guy that didn't play collegiate basketball and kind of just developed on his own on the side because of whatever he decided he didn't want to do college, and there was I'm guessing grade.
No, not about his story. Why is he not on the court? I don't really see him on the court.
He was injured for a little bit. I think it was an ankle injury or something. He had an injury of some sort that prevented him from being on the court.
He actually was one of the people that was playing hard.
He's in good favor, and so you think about he's a guy who's a modern 5 at this point. Why not keep him at that position? He looks good. And I'll tell you this last point on this bad Knicks team, Alonzo Trier, or is it Trier?
Trier. He's another one playing his heart out, man.
He's playing because he just got his money and he wants more money. They just upped his contract to $7 million. I'm gonna be pretty happy with that.
Once again, bench players.
Well, you know, this is kind of like this new core that they have with Steve Mills and the other guys that they have in terms of their scouting and everything else. And they're developing and they're actually finding guys in the later rounds. They did a great job last year. You know, Trier was a late round two-way D-League player or G-League player that they're going to pick up. And then they signed him to a full-time contract. You know, Noah Vonleh has actually been a pretty good pickup. You know, I think he's been good too. Yeah, he's going to be a guy. He's going to be a guy that's going to be next year.
These are bench players. But listen, getting back to what I was saying with KP here. KP was the franchise. Okay, so I understand it's a loss. It's, you know, everyone's lungs left with Melo, and now the heart is gone with KP. I understand this, but you got to understand, they're saying that first of all, the first red flag, but I gave him the pass on it. And Rob in the chat mentioning here that Kyrie may be going back with LeBron. That's true. We'll tap into that. That's true. That's a possibility as well.
I think that's fiction, but it's cute.
I don't think so. But
I think it's fiction.
But I think that, you know, you never know. But getting back to what I was saying, the first red flag for me was, remember when KP walked out on the end of the year meeting, the Phil 15, as they call it? Yeah. Everybody gets 15 minutes with Phil. He walked out and went back to God, I forget what he dropped to last.
I think he probably went to Spain, probably, because that's where he like.
That's why you're the man. That's why you're the man.
That's where a lot of these athletes lay in the summertime, the Euros, man. You know,
point of the matter is the GM of your franchise wants to talk to you and you left. But I gave him the pass, okay, because it was Phil Jackson. I understand him being so upset. Plus, Phil's gone. So, okay, you had a problem with Phil, he's gone. Then you heard the rumblings last year. He was pissed off about the losing, okay, which I understand. But I shouldn't find out about it. You know what I'm saying? The average fan shouldn't find out about it. Now, you go to this year. He's chirping, he's talking. You're not even on the court and you're chirping after your injury. So you got a diva superstar talking trash, and then he doesn't understand the big picture. He's saying he wants to get back on the court. Dude, we're trying to lose. This is not part of the plan. We're not playing Cantor, okay? we're you know, and we're trying to lose these games. He didn't want to be a part of it. He walked in and said, hey, I'm going to be on the court soon, and I want to be traded. That's it. Goodbye. And you know what? And this is a great deal for both teams, because that's why Mark Cuban is the rebel he is. And that's why he will always be in the picture and be a winning franchise. And that's why he was able to beat that Miami Heat team, okay? Taking a chance, grabbing Jason Kidd from New Jersey and going with it. You know, that's why he's a billionaire, because he does moves like that. He just set his franchise up for the next 10 to 12 years, okay? Doncic with Porzingis, are you kidding me? Now you build the pieces around it. He didn't care. Dennis Smith, get out of here. DeAndre, you're a one-year contract anywhere. Get out of here. Wesley Matthews, you're a subpar player. You're a knockdown three-point shooter, but get out of here. We're building for the future. Doncic he's incredible. And now you put KP with him, two foreign players. They're ready, Bond. You saw their handshake last night, right? You know? Yeah. But check this out, though. Not only was Porzingis' complaining an issue, but hey, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. He's 7'5". He's already been injured twice.
Okay, and not just any kind of injuries, right? Lower body injuries.
Lower body injuries
with a big guy like that.
And he's still not fully grown yet, because what is he, 20? So he's still got another year. But it's only a year. Let's get serious. And you know what? Phil Jackson did say this. And listen, I thought Phil Jackson, I don't understand how he did such a bad job here. The one good thing he did was Porzingis. But if you remember that press conference afterwards, when he was saying, yeah, you know, we drafted him. He's a great talent, blah, blah, blah. He's got all these skills. Remember what he said about him? He said he can have this high ceiling, or he can break down like Sean Bradley. Okay. Remember he said that. We still don't know that. And, you know, so Hey, this may have been a great move. It sets us up. We've never been in a position. I'll say one more thing before I pitch it to you.
Yes, please.
This deal could have been made next year, right? And then the Knicks would have missed out on those free agents. This deal was made this year. This sets us up to be ready, okay? You have to have hope. Stop having this defeated mentality that Porzingis is the only player in the league. We're talking Kevin Durant. We're talking Jimmy Butler. We're talking potentially, Anthony Davis. Look who we're talking about. Well, that's the year after. We'll get to him in a second. Look who we're talking about, though. We're talking, I don't think he's going to come, but hey, Kawhi Leonard. The best thing that this does is it sets up for a Porzingis, a Kevin Durant or whatever, to say, hey, New York, I want to come there. And hey, I just spoke to Kawhi Leonard. I just spoke to Jimmy Butler. I just spoke to Kyrie Irving. He wants to come too.
Yeah.
Can I bring him? And we can say, of course, because we have the salary cap space. A lot of teams can't say that.
Yeah.
Bring your friend. Bring your friend.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, my head is spinning because we're thinking about all the possibilities. But I will tell you this, as a Knicks fan, I will never get ahead of my skis, and I will never say these free agents are coming or these free agents are, not coming. Okay, it's just what it really is, a crapshoot. There really has only been, I say, in the last 10 years, there's only been one free agent that said, "I want to play in New York." Who was that free agent?
It was Amari Stoudemire.
Amari Stoudemire.
Oh, actually, we'll take that back. Wait, what is this? 2019? So 2009. Oh, never mind. I was good. You're right. I was gonna say there was one other player that did want to play in New York, and his name was Stephon Marbury.
I know, I get that, and that was all the right and wrong reason.
Yeah, that was 20 years ago. Yeah.
And you think about it, man. You want to talk about relevancy? The Knicks have more Heisman champions that have played for their team, or Heisman recipients that have played for their team than competitive teams in the last 25 years, right? I mean, okay, you want to say that, that 99 run that the Knicks made as an 8th seed was an opportunity for them to win the championship, sure, but the Knicks really haven't had too many relevant teams since we've been kids.
No. Well, they did have the one with Melo. Let's not forget that.
I like Mike Woodson's team.
They won. Yep, Mike Woodson. They won 54 games.
And what did they do? They ran him out, right? They ran him out because Melo didn't like him. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, but I was just talking about the success. They finally won a playoff series, the first since whatever the early 2000s. Who knows? Who knows? Well, they got swept by that Knicks team.
Violin.
Yeah. But listen, that team with Jason Kidd, Melo, Stoudemire, J.R. Smith, who averaged 18 points a game that year. I don't understand what happened mentally. J.R. Smith elbowed whoever in that Celtics series, and that was it. They beat the Celtics, and then that was it. They lost to Indiana.
Was that Jay Crowder?
It might have been. You got some. Well, listen. That's why we're partners on here, okay?
I want to say that was Jay Crowder.
Listen, if you figured that out, that's crazy. If you figured that out, that's crazy. It definitely was.
I'm
Googling. Go ahead, do your thing. I'm Googling.
I want to say Jay Crowder because I remember I was like, JR is a goon, and that us New York cats, we love a goon occasionally. He's a local guy. We like J.R. Smith, but you can't do that in a playoff series. It really does change the dramatic. It really swings the pendulum in terms of momentum for the other team. And the Knicks really weren't in that series regardless.
Okay, I got the facts here. You are the man, and that I don't know how you remember that. You're like that's like me-esque. Okay, that's B-esque. I remember these. No, it was actually against Jason Terry. But when Crowder was on the Heat, he did get a flagrant and got ejected. The one against Jason Terry, remember, he got suspended for a game. But but proceed with this wonderful Knicks talk. Go ahead. It's your turn.
Yeah, I just, man, we've got on so many tangents. I think about this day.
I'll never forget this day, man.
We'll never forget this day. I looked at my coworkers. Let me describe how it happened. I'm out here living in the Bay Area.
Please do.
I'm walking to grab some lunch, and I'm kind of relieving stress and walking, and just I come back and I see that, whoa, okay, KP's demanding a trade. Okay, cool. I sit down back at my desk 10, 15 minutes later. My coworker is like, did you hear the news that KP is asking to be traded? I was like, no. He just talked to the management today. And then I look up the story. Verbatim, I asked him, I was like, who's your source? I was like, because if it doesn't come from Woj, or if it doesn't come from Mark Stein, I'm not believing it. And so he was like, I don't think Woj just tweeted out on it yet, but I was like, okay, so I'm going to hold off on it. So fast forward a couple minutes later.
Yeah, guys.
I look up it on ESPN and it's breaking news, and it's pretty much they're finalizing the details. And once you know that they're finalizing the details, it's a done deal.
Did you skip my text message to you saying, yo, is this serious? They're talking about a deal?
I just got back into the office when I came in. So my boy told me about it, and then I checked your text message, and then it was just like, wait, it just kind of happened all in dominoes. And so like I was just walking up in this oblivion, just kind of like, just casually just skipping around like everything is good, and then my world changes.
We got a funny post, okay, on the chat. By the way, I apologize in the past that I did not have the chat open. For some reason, it's not on your. I
don't see it. I don't see it popping.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is I got it loaded up. I got it loaded up on the mobile, so I can see the chats. But Rob just posted that Jimmy Butler is gonna be next year. He's gonna be playing in the Big 3 league.
Oh, wow! Shots fired, right?
That is savagery. But
Shots
you know what? Shots fired, man. You know what? Rob is right, because Jimmy Butler is actually the free agent that, if mentally. By the way, DeMarcus Cousins is going to be a free agent. I don't want him.
Wow! I forgot about that.
You forgot about it, right?
Yeah.
I
look at Boogie.
If Jimmy said, I want to come now, first of all, as a player, he's exactly what I would want as a player. By the way, Milwaukee is coming back on Toronto. It's 92-83, and Milwaukee's an exciting team this year. Toronto,
I love Giannis.
Still not a believer.
Can I tell you that? I love Giannis.
The Greek Freak. You have Malcolm Brogdon. You have Bledsoe, Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
They're out there. Brook Lopez.
Ilyasova, they got back on the bench.
Ersan Ilyasova, yeah. Philly got rid of him. Ilyasova was always one of my. I like that guy. He can do a lot. But anyway, I forgot my train of thought here. Yeah,
you were talking about Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
Can I mention a quick little point on Jimmy?
I'm gonna pitch you to. He's the exact player that you would want. Somebody that could defend the perimeter, create his own shot, drive, finishes beautifully, and hits the three. And he's not a good defender. He's a great defender. But mentally, like Boogie Cousins, he's a head case. I don't think I want him.
Jimmy Butler, I guess, I'm looking at his numbers currently, and, he's about a 30.
He's on a stacked team, and they're not really playing him. You got to understand.
He's a 34% shooter. This is what I will tell you. Besides,
wait, from the field? Hold on. What do you mean 34? He does not shoot 34 from the field. You're kidding.
No, 3-point field.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a different story. Go ahead.
So getting back to that, what's really holding the Sixers back is that Ben Simmons can't shoot a three. He's the missing link in terms of taking them to the next level. And I hope he knows that. And I was actually listening to I think we both enjoy one of our favorite local radio hosts. Oh. No, not Dan Patrick, but I think it was Stephen A. Smith was talking, and he was talking about, and I won't say both are our favorite, but he was talking about that he's heard that Ben Simmons was slacking in the offseason in terms of like, you're talking about you had 10 workouts, he's only making them to about 6, just kind of like.
Really?
Yeah, just not putting max effort. And again, I don't want to start rumors because, maybe I don't know who Stephen A. Stephen A. It means something.
Yeah, Stephen A. is a reliable source. And by the way, funny enough, when I work for the ESPN Plus, I'm on the same floor as Stephen A. Smith. If I make a left, that's Stephen A. Smith. If I make a right, I'm going where I go with ESPN. But the radio is on the same floor as the video, as the app. I haven't ran into him, but I have a few coworkers that did. That've been on the elevator with him and everything like that, because you're getting off the same floor when you're walking. They said he's absolutely cool. He'll stop. He'll talk with you. He's there early. You know what I'm saying? So he's
there all the time. He's a brother that grinds, man. I love him, man.
Yeah, I'm hoping to run into him myself because I have several things to ask him and talk to him and get advice from him, because this is exactly what I want to do.
Absolutely.
For a living.
Absolutely.
Now, Reggie Miller said if Ben Simmons, because he's calling the Warriors Philly game tonight.
I know, but I'm hoping to check out in the next 30 minutes or so.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna watch the first half, and then that's it. Which is also a problem for the NBA. They have a problem because all the talent is in the West, and all the talent's in the West, and the West Coast games, they don't get the ratings from the East Coast, so they're actually horrible games. Yes, so they're thinking about maybe for the future having the West Coast games earlier and having the East Coast games, earlier. I mean, now that LeBron is on the Lakers, everything you want to see is in the West, until we get Durant next year, then there'll be some talent on the East Coast. But, the Celtics is the only attraction or draw, and Milwaukee, they are on the Toronto right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will say, I forgot what the heck we were talking about.
Well, if I can go on a slight tangent, this is a hot take.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see the NBA cut out about 3 to 4 teams from the league. I'd like to see an increase of talent.
Not enough parity, huh?
There's just not, man. And it's just like there's a lot of teams that just are not going to matter. I'm telling you. You're
getting crazy now. All of these franchises, or most of them, are at least worth $1 billion.
Not all, not even close. What do you think the Pelicans? I mean, okay, I shouldn't say that. So the Pelicans are probably worth about $760 million.
Dude, it's the digital money. All of them are worth close to $1 billion. You can't just say, hey, you know what? All right.
I'm gonna pay you out. You need to pay out.
Yeah. Come on now, let's get serious. If anything, you're gonna see an increase of teams. You're gonna see a Vegas team. You're gonna see, you may.
That's what I want them to be moved into markets that make sense. Listen, this is no offense to the people that may listen to us in Memphis and that may listen to us in give me another team, New Orleans. That's another team that I'm looking at, and I'm thinking about it. It's like, listen, the football team that's out there, the New Orleans Saints, they get numbers. But I promise you that their ticket prices are not what they're charging in, let's say, New York or a Charlotte for that matter, or even a Miami for Christ's sakes. It's a different regional in terms of what their economics are. So you can't have 2 pro teams down there, and it will never work. OKC is working because they had superstars that they had brought over, and miraculously, they've had some stability that I just didn't imagine could ever happen. That can be your small market team. I'd like to take out of Memphis. I'd like to move them up to Seattle and change their name to the Sonics. I'd like to see them move out. You're talking about
There's talk. There's talk. There's talk. See, Seattle is a great NBA franchise, a great NBA franchise city. I mean, Seattle was bumping. I mean, first of all, you had great players in Peyton and Sean Kemp and Deadlift Shrimp, Sam Perkins, Dale Ellis, who was there for a long time, and then you had and they had Kevin Durant and Ray Allen.
I know.
And then you had the championship Seattle team. Okay, you had that. You had Lenny Wilkins. You had ballers. Dennis Johnson. You had great players. I remembered what I was trying to say. Reggie Miller is calling the game tonight. He said if Ben Simmons makes a 3-pointer tonight, he will actually stand up and applaud. Okay? He will actually stand up and applaud. He said that on the Dan Patrick Show, okay, a couple days ago. Listen, all right? For all the Knicks fans, okay, I'm talking to the live and trying to read something on the chat. Talking to the live, and I'm talking to all the Knicks fans out there that are going to see this on the rebroadcast, okay? This is our time, okay? The possibilities right now are endless. There are 20 teams in the league right now that would love to be in our position. Like Swaggy was just saying, okay? You have horrible teams like the Pelicans, the who the horrible teams are and the horrible cities are. Memphis, go down the line, okay? The Clippers are rebuilding and they're in LA, okay? They would love to be in the position that we're going to be in the position in summer 2020. They would love it. Yeah. And guess what? We have something that no other team in the league has. We have the platform of the most famous arena in the world, okay? With starving fans that we have a horrible 11-win team on the floor right now. And they sell out.
Is it an 11-win team? Is it an 11-win team or is it 10?
Okay, I thought. Yeah, I think you're right. There were 10 the other day. I was rounding up. Okay. They actually have a platform that nobody else has. Mm-hmm. Okay. And they have a 10-win team, and they still sell out every night. Do you understand? And at high ticket prices. Yeah. Do you understand how many teams in the league who actually have players don't do that? Okay? This is I mean, how could you be upset? Yeah. This is it. We're bringing in people. Now listen, if we bring in nobody, then listen, you might as well have Dolan sell the franchise and, pick up be a fan of the Nets or something. Okay? The Nets have an unbelievable turn. Kenny Atkinson. You know what I'm saying? They have something great over there. I don't know how he's winning with that team, but he is. Okay. Yeah. Move on.
Yeah. I want to move on from this topic because we could talk all night about this, but there's several highlights I think about, and you mentioned it. It's amazing when I watch certain games, and again, not picking on certain cities, but when you look at MSG and how those fans pack it night in and night out, I just think it's amazing how we continue to support this team through thick and thin. And I think that's what's happening is that, it's a strong fan base. It's the number one most valuable NBA team in the league, one of the most profitable, or one of the highest value teams in the world.
Absolutely.
But, it's crazy when you think about that. And I look at teams. I was watching a couple of Houston games over the last few weeks, and I'm like, there's a lot of empty seats in this first tier. This is like a team that's balling right now, with James Harden, who's like an unprecedented, streak right now with, what is it, 30 plus games or 25 plus games now with 30 plus points. And it's like you look at it, and the only person that he's in comparison to that at this point is Wilt Chamberlain. He's never going to catch those numbers, but the point of the matter is he's in a league of a rarefied air, and there's just a lot of empty seats in the first tier.
And that's a damn shame.
And I think about it all the time.
What James Harden's doing, but
exactly.
You know what? You look at these horrible Knicks games. That's unwatchable, dude. I actually had to turn off the game last night. I said, "What am I watching this for?" And then I wake up today, and I had the same thing like you. It was like, okay, KP's unhappy. The mood is that he wants to be traded. All right, yeah, whatever, okay. And then things are heating up with the Mavs. Other possible teams, other Clippers, this, that, and the next thing you know, boom, deal's done, he's gone. Okay, and now I have hope again. You know what I'm saying? We actually, the Knicks, they didn't play tonight. They may play tomorrow or whatever. You check. Actually, as I'm saying this, find out when the next Knicks game is. Find out when the next Knicks game is. It might be tomorrow, whatever.
I want to say it's in 2 nights.
Are you not going to be excited to check out the Knicks game now? We're actually going to have a point guard playing. When's the last time we could say that? The last time you could say that was Jason Kidd. We actually have a point guard playing. Okay, you have DeAndre Jordan. But listen, we're not trying to win games now. Like, that's the other thing.
That's a problem. So our next game is
I think they're going to bench him. I want Kevin Knox playing 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I want that stuff going on. I want Alonzo Trier playing 40 minutes. Okay? I want Cantor sitting his ass down on the bench. I don't want you rebounding and scoring. You're 15-9 every night. I don't want you doing it. Sit down. You can kiss the floor when we already lost the game. Like last night, he kissed the floor, but the game was out of hand. He wasn't going to rack up 30 points in 6 minutes. So
yeah, correct.
So you know, that's what I want. And let me ask you this: did Dennis Smith getting a triple-double on the Knicks accelerate them doing the trade with the Mavericks? What do you think?
I mean, I'm sure it definitely played a factor in it, right? It's like you see the proof in the pudding. And again, I bet you these are conversations that they've had with Mark Cuban over the course of the year, saying, you know what, this guy can be had. You can have him for the right price. We'll take KP. We'll give you all these expiring contracts. It's great. We'll take it off our books too. So last thing before we move on, the only downside to this deal is that first round draft pick from the Mavericks is not till 2021. 2021 and 2023, but one of them is not 2021 because they couldn't give it up. You know the Knicks would have wanted it. They couldn't give it up. That next year they can't. I know.
To protect their franchise.
It'd be smart if they have KP sit for the rest of the year for his own good and for the pick.
In Dallas?
Yeah.
They're not going to sit him. They're going to play him. They're trying to win. They're trying to at least make the playoffs with their superstar.
Why? Because they can't beat the 8 teams in front of them, the 7 teams in front of them, even if they make it as an 8 seed. Why do they try to do that?
It doesn't matter. They're still trying to win. You're showcasing the superstar. They're trying to win. Remember, yes, there's a big difference between being the number 9 team and the number 8 team. I understand that. But they're trying to win. They're trying to give hope. Remember, they're trying to show Porzingis a winning franchise. They're trying to do that. So at the apparently he's going to sign this qualifying offer, but you're trying to instill the mood. They do have players. To be honest with you, I don't understand how they're as bad as they are, but it is what it is. And I'll tell you what, KP is going to learn from a similar body and a similar type player than he is in Dirk. And Dirk probably, this is his last season, but he'll probably,
be around.
He'll stay around. He's going to teach Porzingis. All right, let's do it because we're going to wrap up. Do you want to go to Anthony Davis and then Super Bowl? What do you want to do?
We want to talk about this big game on Sunday. Is that what we want to talk about real quick?
So do you want to, because nothing happened with Anthony Davis, do you want to move on? All right, I'll just say this about Anthony Davis. You say that. All right, so you say you're part of Anthony Davis and then boom, right into the Super Bowl and then that's it.
Let's do it.
Anthony Davis, I think he'd be perfect with LeBron. He could defend on the perimeter. He can shoot the three at a reasonable percentage. It's in the 30s, but so what? He can defend multiple positions. He can rebound well. He's an amazing shot blocker. And, I think he's going to be perfect. The problem is the assets that you would give up to get him. I don't know if that's worth it. But I don't understand. The Pelicans are so stupid as an organization. First of all, you had Anthony Davis. Why did you go out and get DeMarcus Cousins? What was the point of that?
Yeah.
That was so stupid, especially in today's game, to have those two big men clogging the hole. It's one or the other, first of all, and you already have the one I would rather have in Anthony Davis. Okay, that was stupid. Now you're about to have none of them, but you get rid of Cousins anyway. You have Drew Holiday, you have other okay parts, but I don't understand that franchise. Now Anthony Davis is demanding a trade, and you're actually going to trade him? Why are you going to trade him? You can have him play out this year and have all of next year to build up the buzz and get something great. What are you thinking? You're not going. We're not trading you right now unless we get an insane offer. That's it.
Okay.
You have the deck of cards. They don't.
Okay.
It just goes to the organization. What's your opinion?
My opinion is that what I'm hearing is that basically he said he would sit down, Kawhi style, sit down for the rest of this year and wouldn't give him anything.
Okay. If you sit down and you don't play, just like Kawhi cannot do at Toronto, this year doesn't count. With the collective bargaining agreement with the Players Association, you can't just say, "Oh, I'm tight, I'm upset, I ain't gonna play the year." You can't do that. Now next year is now gonna count if you play. If not, if you do that next year, then you're going to be on the team the next year. It just carries over. Okay, so you have the leverage. That's to protect the team. That's why Kawhi can't sit out on Toronto. He demanded a trade in San Antonio and said he was unhappy. Okay, they traded him. But if they didn't trade him, he would have had to play or that year wouldn't count.
Yeah.
So they have all the cards. They have everything in their court. They have the upper hand. I don't get it. But they're a dumb organization if they show. They showed me they were dumb when they got Cousins. Okay, Super Bowl talk, and we out of here. Let's go. What do you got?
Yeah, listen, man. You know how much we dislike the New England Patriots. So I'm going to try to keep this as
don't say we.
I'm going to say the most unbiased report. I appreciate Tom Brady's contributions to the game, but I was very satisfied with the New York Football Giants to have the 2 Super Bowl wins that they've had in the last 10 years with, against Tom Brady and his money-making self. So, if I have a prediction on this game, I'd love to see Tom Brady kind of get his 6th championship and put him in some rarefied air.
Mm-hmm. So you don't hate him?
I don't hate him. I respect him.
Okay.
And I think part of being a great player that's not on your team, so to speak, is that you hate him. And so, I would never walk with Tom Brady and hit him in his face. I hate him as a player and what he's done to my team and what he's done to other teams in like the playoffs and how good he is.
If you hate him as a player, you don't want him to win.
I respect him as a man and I respect him as a player. That's all. I respect what he does, but what I'm saying is that like he wears a different laundry than my team. That's all. So I don't support him. But with that said, I look at some upstarts and what the Los Angeles Rams are, and I see a lot of guys on this Rams team that I'd like to see win a championship. Jared Goff is a local guy, local for me in terms of where I live now. He played at Cal, right up the street. He's from right across the bridge in Novato in Marin County. Oh, now you're an LA guy? I'm not an LA guy. I'm not an LA guy, and I would never support an LA team, and I'm not. But there's individual players on the team that I like to see I would like to see win a championship. I'm sorry, I look at Ndamukong Suh, a guy that's he's been a dirty player. We'll say I'll be straight up and say he's been a dirty player, but I like how he plays. He's hard. He's he's a smart guy off the field. He's a big friend of Warren Buffett, who's somebody I respect in the finance field.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Him and him are big old friends. Man, he takes advice from Warren all the time.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Again, so Jared Goff, you got Gurley that I love to see win a championship. CJ Anderson's a local guy right up the street from Vallejo, doing big things with this foundation that I just heard about on ESPN the other day. So, there's individual players that I like to see win on this team. The New England Patriots have gotten their shine, and at this point, I like to see the Rams win. I'm going to say a final prediction of 32-28 Rams.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you calling out numbers. Out numbers.
Yeah.
While I'm talking, what's the spread on the game? What is it? 1? Usually, it's usually something like that. Okay. As I tweeted, okay, when Tom did this last week, it is expected now of Brady. When the game is close, he's got the rock. He's going to – 1 point?
No, it's 2.5 New England.
Oh.
Minus 2.5.
You know why? You know why? Because do you know that line started out as Rams favorite?
Really?
Yes. That line started out as Rams favorite. You know what it is? People have realized what I realized. If the Knicks were up 4 points with 1 minute to go against the Chicago Bulls, who's winning the game?
Chicago Bulls.
Why?
Because the Knicks have squandered a lot of big leads.
No, there's one name.
I can't give you it.
Michael Jordan.
Oh,
okay.
You're talking about those. Yes, okay.
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 Okay, yeah. All right. That's why. Yeah. Okay. When Tom Brady had that ball last week with the potential to win, first of all, when they scored and there was over 2 minutes left on the clock, or they being the Chiefs.
Yeah.
When Brady had that ball to march down the field and win, it's a tied up to go to OT. Was there any doubt in your mind he was going to tie it up?
There was absolutely no doubt in my mind. I think about it all the time. Zero. I think I was texting you. I said this is way too much time for Tom Brady to have on the clock. Yes,
you did say that. And I said, dude, I agree with you. This is going overtime. That's exactly what I told you. And exactly what happened. That coin flip is so important.
Yeah.
So important. Yeah. And when the Patriots got that coin flip, was there any doubt in your mind that, now not saying a touchdown, but was there any doubt in your mind that they were not going to score? You knew Brady was going to walk them down and score. And when they scored, they got the TD and they won, I tweeted one thing and one thing only. I kept it as a simple statement. I said, Tom Brady is Michael Jordan in the clutch. Point blank. That's what I said. And there's something about that intrigues me. When you have athletes that are, first of all, at the pro level, so you're here.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the great athletes, which makes you here. Then you have the Hall of Famers, okay, which makes you here.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the Hall of Fame players that are absolute money in the clutch. And you are now here.
Yeah.
Okay? That level, the Kobe Bryants, the Joe Montanas, the Tom Bradys, Jerry Rices, even, I know you don't want to say it, but even Eli Manning, okay?
Yeah, sure.
When you talk about that type of elite status, okay, when the game is on the line, okay, Roger Staubach, when you talk that intrigues me, okay? That's what gets me out of my seat. And I root for it because it's so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you feel me? It's amazing to watch.
Yeah.
Okay? Then because the work ethic that is put in to get to that Bill Russell level, okay, that LeBron level, the work ethic that is put in is it's insane. Okay, it's not, hey, it's 4 a.m. in the morning. Okay, when you get to Floyd Mayweather level, it's 4 a.m. in the morning. You wake up, you're supposed to go to the gym, you're supposed to run, you're supposed to go to the gym. Oh, you see what weather it is outside right now?
Mm-hmm.
You see how well, you don't know, but over here it's like 7 degrees. Okay,
I know. I've been here, and
you look outside, people that are not driven, okay, your average players, pick them. You know I don't like him, that man over in Detroit. you know I don't like Stafford and the rest of them. They open up the door and they go, "Ooh, it's 9 degrees. I could run tomorrow." Tom Brady, that doesn't happen. Michael Jordan doesn't happen. Oh, that's it. I'm out. Okay? His diet, his regimen, everything. Okay? When Jordan was playing, okay, he had the breakfast club. They get up 5 o'clock every single morning. Okay? They would eat a nice, healthy breakfast. Then they go lift weights before practice. Before everybody got to practice. That's what they did. Okay? You want to know who was on that breakfast club? It was Ron Harper. It was Scottie Pippen. It was Michael Jordan. Okay? Mm-hmm. Dennis Rodman wasn't there, but he showed up. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The best players on the team. And that's what I respect about Brady. It's that commitment, that consistency to excellence. Sorry, I'm going off, but it shows you how passionate that I am about this. Okay,
I hear you. I need a score, man. I need a winner.
I can't give you a score. I'm giving you a winner, though. I'm giving you a winner. Okay, McVay is going to go to school. He's going to go to school this weekend. Okay, he is going to learn from the master this weekend. He's going to learn from the game planning master. Okay, at the end of that game, we're going to look at the total amount of time that each team had possession of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to see the Patriots have X amount and the Rams have X amount. And the Patriots are going to have 10 to 15 minutes more. Okay? Because they're going to run the ball and they're going to slow the clock. The only thing they're going to keep the ball out of the Rams' hand. And they're going to win this game. The only thing that the Rams can do, okay, is you have Donald and you have Sue. If they can get to Brady and they can put pressure on Brady, all bets are off. We are talking Strahan, Keo Inuka, Jason Pierre-Paul, O.C. Umenyiora, Barry Cofield. Okay, that's how they won those 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
All right. So if they get pressure like that, and Ndamukong Suh can wreck a game, okay? If they get Sue and they get Donald and they get to Pat, so the Pat's got a double Donald and Sue goes off, dude. You saw what happened 2 years ago when the Patriots almost didn't even get into the next round because they got pressure put on them.
Yep.
Okay? They got pressure put on them by the Jags. All right? I mean, whatever squad that was. Was that wasn't the Jags, right? No. But anyway.
I wasn't sure, man.
Whatever.
Listen, okay. Yeah. I think we're kind of saying the same thing, is that, obviously we never want to bet against Tom Brady, but the fact of the matter is that you look at the LA defense and they had the opportunity to be, to get a little bit of pressure off the middle, especially, and to really kind of create havoc for that New England offensive line. And then you also look at the fact that outside of the numbers, the Rams are really strong in Aqib Talib and Marcus Peters, very strong wide receivers. And what I'm hoping is that they're going to jam them at the line and kind of disrupt the timing that Tom Brady has to kind of get the D line an opportunity to touch Tom Brady, because you look at him sometimes and it's like a clinic. He really just learns how to pick people off, man. And
we have a and I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
yes.
I don't know. I don't get with George Chris in the chat is saying, can't AD just buy out his contract and do what he wants? The Pelicans just being petty. I like the savagery, okay? Just being petty. But George, Chris, whoever you are, no, he cannot buy out his contract. What are you talking about?
Well, unfortunately,
he can't I'd
love to see that.
But he can't go to the Pelicans and say, "Hey, I got $20 million left on my contract. Here's $20 million."
Or he could be like, "Listen, I
appreciate your comments.
I'm a free agent."
I appreciate your comments, but I have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, okay,
it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck he's talking about. That's like somebody that brought up to me, "Hey, to get past the salary cap, couldn't these teams like let's say if Golden State Warriors wanted to get LeBron, couldn't you just give them $500,000 and give them $35 million under the table?" It's like, no, you can't do that. No, you're not going to risk your franchise for that.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to cut you off, but I had to point that out. But go ahead.
I appreciate it. Yeah. So, listen, man, I'm really excited to watch this game.
Can't wait.
This is not going to make or break Tom Brady's legacy, but again, we're going to do a show right after the Super Bowl, and we're going to see.
Yes, we are.
We're going to see. Not the day, not the same.
No, we know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. A couple of days after, kind of let everything soak for a little bit and see who's going to be the champion for this year, because I'm excited, man. And it's a sad time. It's a sad time because football's about to end.
Oh yeah. Dude, I get so sad around this time. There's only one more game. Football season goes so quick. It's unbelievable. It just and that's it. It's over. It's the quickest, and it leaves you wanting more. That's why football is the only sport that when opening week comes and they get, I get goosebumps. Especially when the Giants take the field, you know what I'm saying? Yep. But yeah, so we got our predictions in. I can't give you a score. Come on now, it's crazy.
Fine.
How about this? I'll give you a score.
I said 30. I said 32. I meant 34-28. How about that?
All right, I'll give you a score. Okay, whatever my boxes are in the pool. Okay. That's the score I'm giving you. I got 5-2 in the big money one. I got 5-2. Okay. 2 being the Pats, 5 being the Rams. In the less money one, I don't know, but it doesn't matter. I'm trying to win that. That one's 500, $1,000, 500, $2,000, and then 250 reverse score.
Okay. Right. Hopefully nobody from the IRS heard that, because
whoa. Yeah, but $2,000 and Monopoly money isn't bad. You know what I'm saying? That's not bad. That's not bad.
You don't even need to go in the bank, man. That's it.
Exactly. I don't need to worry about pass and go anymore. Collecting 200. Okay, I'm straight.
That's right.
So we'll pick up on this post Super Bowl. How about we do Monday? What's wrong Monday after the Super Bowl? Monday or Tuesday?
Well, I'm thinking it's going to be Monday or Tuesday. I can do either, so we'll talk.
We in there. All right. Air EnB signing off. Next time.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right. Peace out.